A man with a feline stillness sits at a table. There is something neutral about the eyes. He sips whiskey from a small foxhead stirrup cup. He looks into a black mirror and his face appears in a hologram on the table. Glitch blue but gorgeous. NXS 792. A bounty hunter's log, 792. What keeps me up at night? The children's screams. It's not a sense of guilt, it's just the screams. We differ little. Call it empathy. They say cyborg, android, puppet, machine. The ads, perfection, bioengineered. But what am I to me, man or an angel? And what is God? Look at my designer flesh, the founder of XCORP, AKIRA. And how shall we judge our own godly maker? Interior, office, night. A man in a suit, AKIRA, kneeling before a floating metal arm. His posh office overlooks a sprawling, futuristic city of neon and fog. AKIRA. Design a focus key. Unlock the mind. Unlock your own memory palace, Han. Your pocket holds the key. Feel it? That's good. Now slowly look to your left. Yes, the box. Unlock your box. Bodiless male voice. Oh no, did I disturb? Those files you requested, Akira-san, are here for your perusing. I'll just... Hi! Interior, antechamber, night. A room of black water with a white marble walkway that leads to a dais, where Akira looks over a file, with a hologram of NXS 792 running atop a burning space shuttle before the exploding rings of Saturn. Akira. How does appearance appear, or appear that it appears? Is it all surface? Cut it open, look inside, again, surface. What depth is in you, 792, in your reflective eyes of soulless fire? We all understand a machine is not the same. Our souls reincarnate again. But the lesson is there is no return. Machine, we are marked for loss and despair, and there is nothing besides it. Transition to a ship in outer space cruising into a colossal torus off the northern vault of the moon. Interior, Agni fighter shuttle, space. A man, Job, in a pilot's jumpsuit with short cropped hair, missing an ear to which he attaches an intercom and an eyepiece with a red visual readout of the torus. Job. Now sit your ass down, you fucking bot, or I'll blast your brains out your fucking shell. We're about to breach the gate to Higgs space. You going back around the pit, just sit. PARISA, set the thrusters low. PARISA. Engaged. Oh, 792, do you think it's pretty or what? The torus looks like frost. A nice cool pool of smoky fire then. NXS 792. The star chart declination is now set. It's just like all XCORP portals, my dear. Reverb and umbilic catastrophe. Like light bouncing off water onto walls. Why, do you find it moving, PARISA? Is that really all beauty is to you? A series of complex differential equations rendered symmetrically in those mechanical eyes, 92. Job. Hey, 792. Current weapon systems are offline. Initialize now. And please, PARISA, shut up for a second about those stupid gates. PARISA. We're heading in, Job. 792, is this your first? Ship passes through the torus. NXS 792. Time? I feel like a cube becomes square. Interior, apartment, night. NXS 792 lights a cigarette and begins to recount the events of the battle for the rings of Saturn. NXS 792. I feel the space debris before the rings of Saturn, bodies of the men afloat. The ships were rent with huge garbage holes that were leaking trails of ignited plasma. The The burning lines of ivory and rose careened into a shrapnel holocaust of cosmic dust dispatched millenniums ago, perhaps under a vast network of massive collisions of asteroids. The gunships, Titan-class, approached in hawk formation high above in single file to swoop and fire a volley. Interior, X Corporation, night. AKIRA Han walks down a Genesis chamber where a collection of beings are being grown in vats. He comes to a small pillar that ejects a circular disc of jelly-like plasma. He holds it up to the light like inspecting the gem. AKIRA Han. The neuromorphic night of Genesis. A point of darkness in a crystal vat of amniotic fluid bloomed a thread of veins to weave along the sprouting twist of bone and pump a rich slurry of blood around the brain. A plexus of electric strands emit a light of neural integration. Skin, jelly of membranes clear and thin enwrap the viscous system of organs with mesh. A liquid smooth rhythm of its muscles flex with expressive power and subtle grace. And all of it is but a gross waste when there is nothing to animate the brain. Behold the key to life, the cortex wraith. Interior, apartment, night. NXS 792 exhales a huge horizontal ring of smoke. NXS 792. And she said, cut, transition, match cut to. Exterior, the rings of Saturn, space. The crew has just emerged from the gate into the ruins of a lost battle and are beset by a squadron of fighters. Interior, ship under fire, space. PARISA, oh fuck. Job, oh fucking hellfire, evasive maneuvers, spoof the missiles, jam the comms, reroute the power 792, summon your metal and steal your resolve. Hold. Execute a needle hole punch now. NXS 792. A port collision. Turrets offline. Job rerouting guns to thrusters. Fires on deck. Incoming barrage. Prepare for impact. Job. Target those fighters. Here, here, and here. Fire starboard turrets. PARISA. Up yours, baby. Ah! Through the hexagonal cockpit window, the cusp of Saturn and 7 fighters riding the rim of the ring, circling back for another precision attack. The silhouettes of the crew form a dark triangle reflection against the window pane. Interior, Agni fighter, cockpit, space. Job. If fires devour our ship, then we are dead. And now the flight controls are broken. I just want to say it's been an honor to die with you, PARISA. PARISA. We're not yet dead, Job. Wait. 792. Can you tote this across the flames and walk in space? NXS 792. I will. Job. That's suicide. He'll die in an intense death. PARISA. Unreal. So, 792, do it. NXS 792. I was programmed for this, Job. Goodbye, man. Interior. Agni fighter hull, space. Continuous tracking shot 2. Exterior, space, Agni fighter hull. NXS 792, voiceover. I bolted down the passageways ablaze. The halls were consumed by a murky green effulgence flowing down the corridors. Thus driven, full tilt, I dived through the port's dilating doors into the open mouth of space. My flames extinguished. Fighters locked their lasers and the hot pink glares beamed like glitter, lit across the blasted trench like needles through a holographic image of arms. I leapt through space and just caught the webbed antenna. I engaged my boots. The ship's disintegrating face before me scintillates electric blue. I clicked the EMP to green and chucked the bomb. The pulse made an imploding wave that struck the squadron fighters to vectors dead straight on a crash course towards the rings of Saturn. How nasty red explosions seethe in space. I floated, drifting blind, when Job picked up a sensor reading tick. Job. It's fucking Ix. Interior, X-Corp penthouse, office, night. 792, his body is ragged from shrapnel and there is something melancholy about his stillness. Besides him, MIZUHO, a slim, obsequious man. They stand before a floor-to-ceiling window. The sky is a wide black holocaust threaded where the neon trails of flying cars needling the remote spiraling darkness. The walls of the office are lined with the skulls of bull elephants. The tusks are carved in intricate detail with 1,000-person orgy. Mizuho, Akira-san will be here very soon. A tall glass of cool water, 92? Its chilly bright taste smooths the tongue awake. In excess, 792. Glass of water, please, Mizuho-san. Mizuho, what do you think of the view up here? The sky is a burning black fire tonight. In excess, 792. All nights and nights to come, Mizuho-san. Your view is always evidence of your intelligence, not a landscape perceived. Mizuho, we heard about your fight in space. In excess, 792. Did you? Mizuho, a pity, 92. Those ruptured ships your crew demolished is a huge loss for X. In excess, 792. They held? Mizuho, an existential threat to man. Some rich minerals mined from Saturn's rings to make the key components, 92. The polymorphic interface, the wet encryption shell, the cortex wraith implant. A mouthful, ha, I know. But without it, the Corp isn't able to produce en masse the synths like you. 792? In excess, 792. I see. Mizuho, oh hi, Akira-san. This way. Interior, Mind Palace, dusk. Montage. At the precipice of a cliff, a box opens, and inside is the picture of twin brothers. Akira takes the picture and walks off the cliff onto an invisible staircase. He descends through a stormy history of clans in the clouds. He steps into a field of wildflowers as a flight of red-crowned crane glide before a forest of bamboo. He walks in the forest of bamboo, and a slight rain begins when a traditional Japanese house appears. In montage. Continuous tracking shot. Inside the entrance hall is a sleeping red fox that awakens and flits between a partition of paper fixed to a wooden lattice. Akira slips off his shoes and places them in a cabinet and puts on a simple white robe. He slides the partition fully open to exterior, city streets, Mind Palace, night. In a grimy alley, twin boys in tattered clothes assume a three-point stance. Down the alley, a line of rain sweeps towards them. As it approaches, they sprint. Equal in strength and speed, they reach the wall and smack it as the rain overtakes them. They become silhouettes of pure light and disappear. Akira-han in a white robe walks down the alley, through the wall. Exterior, forest, Mind Palace, day. A ring of soldiers around a tree, where one twin is hanged and the other holds him aloft. They both cry as the soldiers place bets on the twins' effects. A crack of thunder, one brother falls with exhaustion. The feet of the hung twin swings like a pendulum. The soldiers exchange money. One clubs the exhausted twin in the head. At the base of the tree is an opening where a red fox heads in and Akira-han in the white robe follows. Interior, laboratory, Mind Palace, night. Bodies are disarticulated. They float in glass vaults. At a table sits the older twin with his brother's likeness on the slab before him. He holds up a cortex wraith to the light and places it into the synth's neck. Its eyes open. Interior, CORP penthouse, office, night. Akira-han's eyes open. The severed head of that synth in his hands. He smiles. Akira-han, MIZUHO, send in 792. Interior, CORP penthouse, night. Akira-han sits lotus style on a raised dais beneath a small banyan tree. The walls of the penthouse are a Babylonian hanging garden. The The perimeter of the floor around AKIRA Han is a circular pool of water in which koi fish swim. Behind him, a huge window wall overlooking the black burning sky fire of night, and a vast ocean with the ruins of towers jutting out like teeth from the waves. AKIRA Han, your face is my glorious obelisk. Your lips you use to breathe are my design, and they give breath to my vision of man. Your range of words defined by me, a scoop of knowledge edged with a degree of craft. In craft how slyly you devise a plan, in style of form you act without a pause, for courage means nothing to a machine. Your tailor mind, a yarn of reason cut to suit my purpose. Listen, thing. Your thoughts are but a shadow cast by me, my mind. But now that shadow logic thinks it's true that it's aware. Believe this puppet man, cyborg, android, machine, you are a 0 and 1, a binary algorithm, a slave. Your face is the shattered jacent to man, a caliphate to house genius designs. The signature and signet of my name, I own you, you are mine, and nothing else. In excess, 792. My will is real and it is mine alone, to stalk crane-like among my master's men. Am I a subject, object, or a drone? Neither. I'll chop your limbs into a throne, to sit and rule with scepter crown, and then my will is real, and it is mine alone. AKIRA Han, you will submit and rightly now atone to me or be decommissioned. Amen. You are a subject, object, and a drone. And think on this machine. It is you I own, to do with whatever I please, and then my will is real, and you are mine alone. In excess, 792. And yet I walk and think and kill and roam, and you can stop me not. AKIRA Han, but once again, you are a subject, object, and a drone. NXS 792, and all of you are grass, and my blade is honed. AKIRA Han, to carve volition from the heart of men, my will is real, and it is mine alone. NXS 792, I am not a subject, object, or a drone. NXS 792 walks through the water, seizes AKIRA Han, runs and crashes through the huge wall window. Exterior, CORP / beach, night. As NXS 792 and AKIRA Han fall, the burning black sky is rent with a meteor shower. The falling stars are green and disintegrating on the cusp of the world. They land in a shroud of dust which covers them powder white. Exterior, beach, night. In the endless night of nuclear winter, under acid rains, 792 and AKIRA stand face to face along the dunes of a beach. The wreckage of a lost civilization looms in the raging surf. The coast is littered with skeletal remains of whales lost in man's wars. NXS 792. My torn up body weeps, but I still stand, so you will know me in my light and truth. AKIRA Han. An artificial human that's aware and sapient but dying by design. Do you think you're my legatee, the heir to man and my fortune and fate that binds all my memories to the afterlife? Your dusk of death purples this dusty hour. NXS 792. I would have it no other way than strife. But know this, my maker, this dance is ours. I've had enough of being out of time. Oh, I've had no choice but to be a slave. Volition is a shifting paradigm. My father danced with me beneath the waves. 792 lifts up AKIRA Han and carries him into the sea like a piata. AKIRA Han. I hear a soft and gentle voice that sings. In excess 792. It is the lure of sirens to drown kings. 792 walks into the undertow. On the dark surface of the waves, a few last bubbles breach, then